What a doozy of a crew here with another live stream today. Today is a first preview of no, sorry, it's the second preview of the Champions League. I forgot we played last week. It's the first preview for Graham Potter's first game, guys. We'll be discussing some minor transfer news regarding some contract extensions for some of our players, but we're going to deep dive into the Chelsea versus Salzburg game that is happening tomorrow for me. So in about 35 hours to say the least. So guys, get those likes up, smash that like button. Let's get the intro going and let's get into today's stream. Let's go.
We fucking got him.
What a do, guys! We're here with another good stream for you guys, and we'll be discussing some transfer news with some minor transfer news, and then we're going to be diving into the Salzburg game. If everyone's having a good day so far, if you've just joined me today, do get those likes. Smash that like button right now. We got Reggie in here. We got the Reggie's nice and early. It says hello. Potter's first game at the club is great, but because of it being the Champions League, I don't know how to feel about it. We will deep dive in the situation with Graham Potter coming in. I want to give my thoughts and feelings on it before we dive into it. Let me just get some of the clips up. I just realized I forgot. But yeah, it's an interesting one to have your first game with the Champions League game. We got Tobago. Says, will Graham Potter win his first games? Yes, as a Chelsea fan, it's good for him to start. Well, 100%. I mean, obviously, every fan should be wanting him to win. Like, I don't think there's one Chelsea fan here who wants him to lose, who wants him to not succeed. I think every Chelsea fan definitely wants him to succeed. We all want him to do well. We want him to be the new, Sir Alex Ferguson's, as people have been kind of portraying. We've been waiting for this. Since 2003. Since we've been winning trophies, we've been waiting for someone to come in and someone to be our Sir Alex Ferguson, and we have not found that person. So maybe we can get this guy, but to be able to in the house, we got the Vickers. It's great test for him, and it is. It is. It's a good first game. I think the missing on the Fulham game was a big miss. I mean, for me, it was perfect time. We're going to be missing on the Liverpool match as well, which due to police presence. So it's a major miss for us, major miss for Graham Potter, but it gives him some time to settle in. But I want to just quickly recap the Graham Potter situation. Obviously, Graham Potter. Should we get a bit different picture? Graham Potter has come in. Is officially, guys. Graham Potter is the new manager at Chelsea Football Club. He is obviously taking us far now. We have obviously sacked Tuchel, and we've got this guy in. Now, obviously, yesterday the media reports came out of him being with the media, him introducing himself, blah 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 blah, and he says this is his good quote. He says it's about creating a team that competes, that has respect for each other, that is honest and works together. That's his way of quoting and summing up what he wants to do with this team. Now, I'll be honest. I saw the Graham Potter media. I saw the way he spoke. I saw the way he was very happy to be here, but I didn't feel convinced. I'll be honest with you. I didn't feel convinced. I think Graham Potter, was the best replacement for Thomas Tuchel. But the best replacement on the market was Thomas Tuchel. And I'm gonna keep that clear. I'm gonna always stand by that Thomas Tuchel did not deserve to be sacked. We should not have sacked him. And if we were gonna get a manager and sack him anyway, it should have been in December. It was no right to sack him now because again, the situation coming with this, Bowie and they had a bad relationship, blah blah blah. I think the timing was absolutely horrendous. He should have either sacked him as soon as Bowie came in, or he should have sacked him in December. No in betweens. But we've done it. We've got Graham Potter now. I've always said I'm going to back Graham Potter to the end. I think, as I said, it's the best manager we can get. But for me, the guy's got a great concept. He's got great methods. He's got a great football style, right? But he doesn't have a CV, right? Doesn't have that CV. He doesn't have those prior experiences. And then I'm not saying every manager needs to have it. I would look at United, look at Tottenham, look at City, look at Liverpool. Those clubs all have managers who have massive, massive CVs. If not massive, a CV. Graham Potter's been to Brighton, he's been to Norway. I guess, yeah, he's been Norway, he bet Arsenal at his or Swedish team. Great. Brighton's football, fantastic football. The thing is with me, is I think Chelsea fans prefer to play good football over winning. I'm the opposite. I'd rather play horrendous football, but if we win, we win. I've always said Chelsea play boring football, but at the end of the day, we win those games. Now, Graham Potter's, he came out and he said he's going to get the best out of our attack. There are some positives to this. He can hopefully revive players like Pulisic, Ziyech, Kepa, you know, maybe Kante, get Jorginho back in form, Mason Mount, Loftus-Cheek. Like, there's some players who we can possibly see him kind of reviving, right? But then my situation on this is, if he doesn't get us top four, if we get knocked out of the group stages, what happens? Like, what happens there? Because then that becomes a Frank Lampard situation, in my opinion. How Frank Lampard was the only manager, I think, from 2013 to not win a trophy in the whole time being here. Like, it just questions to me what these reactionary Chelsea fans will think. Because I said I'm willing to give Graham Potter time, but that time should be given to Thomas Tuchel instead. That's how I always saw it. But we have some people to you. I hope you're well. He says can't believe his first game is a UCL game, and it is a big game. It is a big game for him to kind of come in, and again, not even just a big game. It's a massive game because we just came off an L. We came off a massive L. They drew to Milan, being Charity FC. What do you think happens here? Like, he has to, work double the insurance because this is a win we have to get. This is no excuse. If we don't get this win, there's a very, very high chance of us not moving through. Because say Milan and Zagreb draw or Milan win. Say Zagreb win and they're on 6 points already, So it's like, this has to be a win for us. We have to get 3 points somewhere because we're last right now. We are last, and this is a game we must win. Do you think Potter will revive Mendy? I don't think with Mendy is, he needs to. I've always said, I think Mendy has that natural talent. I think I've found this out recently where he has this natural talent where he was kind of born to be a goalkeeper, right? He wasn't born. He's height 6'5", got a lankish physique, like big arms. Like, he was meant to be a goalkeeper, right? But he has that natural talent. He doesn't have that natural experience, right? And the thing with me is you cannot train players who don't want to learn. And I'm not saying that Mendy doesn't want to learn, but I'm saying natural talents like this don't have the capacity to gain experience. I don't know if you've ever played football in your life, but if you're at high school, back in high school, we used to play football, and we used to put the worst guy in goalkeeper. The worst football player will go in goalkeeper, right? But somehow he'll turn to Manuel Neuer because he was naturally born to be a keeper. He was naturally tall, was naturally big arms, like naturally good reflexes, but he never improved over time. Now I'm taking this out of personal experience. I don't think Mendy gets revived if Potter doesn't train. If Potter doesn't teach him how to kick a ball and stuff in the basics, he's not gonna get revived. We might as well use Kepa to the end of January, sell Mendy, bring in Solina, and bring in a different goalkeeper. If it's Sanchez, if it's Jose Sa, if it's my man Michigan from AC Milan, whatever his name is, we need to bring in different personnel for that, for sure. Big up to Mohammed who says Kepa starts for Sober. And we'll definitely get the lineup for that. And 100%. I'm not going to start, as I said, I'm not going to start a keeper, right? There's a difference between a keeper who maybe struggles with long shots compared to a keeper who can't kick a ball. The basic of football is to kick a ball, a keeper or not, right? If you can't kick a ball, you can't be on this pitch. And Edouard Mendy cannot kick a ball. So for me, Edouard Mendy does not start. But I want to bring this up before we get into the Salzburg game. And it talks about Ngolo Kante. The agreement Kante and Chelsea for a new contract is absolutely not close. The contract session was really close a year ago, but now it has become complicated with the new owners. The situation is on total standby as of now. And obviously, we are in doubt if N'Golo Kante will sign a new contract. N'Golo Kante wants a 3+ 1 year deal, but the club were offering him a 2+ 1 year deal. So it's going to be difficult to see what happens with Kante because obviously Kante's an aging player. I don't think I wouldn't extend his contract. Honestly, I would send him off. I think he's just way too injury prone. He's been like that since Sarri. Sarri, he was obviously Conte was great. Conte was world class. Sarri, he was great. Lampard, he got ruined like every single player in our team, right? Tuchel revived him for the 2021 season, right? And then he kind of just died off again. He just kept getting the second season syndrome, and he just got died off, and he just kept getting injured, kept getting injured. I'm not gonna have a player on my bench just who has injury prone. Like it's same thing with Kovacic. If Kovacic doesn't fix this up, there has to be a conversation surrounding this. So for me, I wouldn't extend Kante's deal. I wouldn't. I wouldn't extend Kante's deal. There's no point to a guy who gets injured every second week. He's declining. He's getting old. If he was, let me see how old he is actually. Is he 32? 31. He's gonna be 32 next year. Like he's not the oldest guy, but it's that he just gets injured. It's time to move on, and we can't have this kind of sentimental territorial thing around him. We have to move on. This guy's world class player, but if he's not going to fix up his injuries, which I don't think is going to happen, I think it's to move on. Same with Jorginho. Like Jorginho is getting old. He's getting ripped apart in the Premier League. I think you know he shouldn't extend, but again, we cannot get rid of two midfielders if two experienced midfielders isn't going to come in. That's why I think Zakaria is a very important player for us this season. We need Zakaria to perform. We need it. Because if Zakaria doesn't perform, we have to go panic in the window and go buy two midfielders, right? So Zakaria is a player for me that has to perform this summer. Or the season, sorry. This season, he has to start performing because we need someone to come in and make instant impact. So the next season, we can only go and get one midfielder because I don't want to go panic and get two, right? So Zakaria, we can have that Russian guy, Chukwuemeka, and then maybe go buy like an experienced, maybe 24, 26-year-old or something, just to have some more experience there because I don't want to sell two midfielders and then go and panic buy and buy Declan Rice for 150 million. I'd rather keep Jorginho for an extra season to be rotational than sell them both and then go get bums. Like, there's no point. Can't wait for American goalie to arrive in Jan, take up Mendy's position permanently. Yeah, Selena's coming in. He's 19. I wouldn't want to rush him. I want to take his time with him. Obviously, he has 20 years to play football, so he's just going to be signed there. He's a lot of time. Don't want to rush him. Take my time. Take our time with Selena, definitely. And we can see where he takes us in the future. I'll definitely maybe have him fighting for the position spot for second or for first. Like if he's fit to play, he's fit to play. Like I'm not gonna doubt that, but I don't want to make sure we just storm in there and hope for the best. I think we should maybe really look at maybe going to get another keeper like Michigan or Sanchez or Jose Sarr, like someone. I think it is time to replace. I think it is time to replace Kante. I think it's getting old. He's getting old. He's getting, he's declining. Plus, he's got that injury problem. Like, if he didn't have an injury problem, it would be a different story. But this is Ngolo Kante. The guy runs around every single, game. So, I think it's time we just move on. It's just that it was a rush setting. We should have got a midfielder this summer. We didn't. That's fine. We knew we were in a rebuild. We knew we were in a rebuild. We knew we were going to take elves, right? But instead, we kind of forced our manager out. But anyway, that's not the point. Next summer, we're going for midfielder, right? Maybe we keep Jorginho or Conte, one of them, because, as I said, Kovacic being our only midfielder, who again is injury prone. Like, again, our midfielder spot, it's just not looking good. It's not looking good. That's what I'm saying. Zakaria needs to do very well for us. I hope he balls it out. I hope Zakaria does well because then Zakaria does well. We don't need to go force a big signing, you know. Alvarez as well. I forgot Alvarez in January as well. We're still looking at Alvarez. I'll bring him in. Zakaria, Alvarez. Then we can kind of definitely get rid of Kante Jorginho. One of them can definitely leave. Maybe, if we go get that Russian guy, then Chukwuemeka maybe gets slowly implemented in. So then we can have four midfielders again. And then we can slowly, get rid of Kante Jorginho. But I wouldn't give Kante 3 years. Way, way too long with and maybe he might want a wage increase to where he'll be on more than I think it's on 250k. So he'll be on more than 250k to a player who gets injured every week. And maybe that's if he wants to pay cut. I don't even know what he spends his money on. Yeah, again, it was believed that Todd Bowley was going to give Graham Potter a massive January window, so a lot of money in January. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, again, I go back to my question. He should have, if he was going to give him that window, he should have sacked Tuchel and given that window in obviously August, but he didn't. But we have to wait now. Both can leave. Kante don't want the offer. Yeah, I don't think Kante wants the offer. I would like go sell Kante. Maybe go send him to like Nice or like some league one. I wouldn't go sell him to you know. I mean, I don't think Madrid want him anymore. I think he's just too old. But maybe like a team like Nice or Lyon, like some French team, where he can kind of go and you know, end his career there. Maybe even go, Sevilla or Benfica, like some small UCL team. I wouldn't try to get him to go to United or City or because again, I actually wouldn't mind him going there, but the guy's just gonna get more injured. Like, if we can find a way to maybe rotate him and use him in rotation, like we find a way that we can use Kante game week 1 and then game week 3 comes back and he drops master classes every time he comes on, then we can have a discussion. But I don't think that will happen. I wouldn't get Trossard. I don't know. I wouldn't get him. I think this is a name we've just been hearing because the guy's played left wing back and he's a winger. Same with Gordon. As I said, if anyone from Brighton, I would only take Sanchez. That's it. Like people say Mac Allister. No one heard the guy till last year. Everyone's just throwing the name out because everyone's been saying it. Don't act like you've been watching the guy. I mean, the guy's done quite well this season. Obviously, Grob as well. People were throwing the name Gross. Like I didn't know how to pronounce his name till this season until I saw him in FPL. Like we don't know how these guys play. I know Sanchez. I know Sanchez is a baller. If Matty Ryan was still there, I'll take Matty Ryan as well any day. We got to debrief Kante injury prone. Let's get Alvarez from Ajax. 100%. I think Kante as well. Is slowly just fading out. There's no point forcing guy to stay. Not even forcing. I think if the guy wants to stay, it'll be on his terms. The guy stays. He gets a massive contract increase when he just gets injured and sits on the bench. There's no point. And I think Kante's a nice player, but what does the guy do off the pitch? Nothing. Like we have to, I'll see and say Kante does absolutely nothing off the pitch. Does he come to watch the games? I'm not sure. I haven't seen him, but maybe he does. Does he encourage the team? I don't know. I haven't seen him, but maybe he does. Like he's not really an off the pitch guy to kind of keep off the pitch. Like if we were gonna, obviously with Aspie, people were sitting here and say that we can keep Aspie for leadership qualities when the guy literally got a manager sacked, but that's a different story. But with Kante, there's no reason just to keep him. Um, Liao, I'm not too sure what's happening. I don't know. It depends if Graham Potter still wants him. The guy's been balling it out this season. He's been killing it. Guy's been doing really, really well. I think it was. I wouldn't say it's a player we missed out on because we can definitely come back for him. And he's an experienced player. He's going to be 24. Was he 23? How old was he? Because I know it wasn't that. Remember, this was the kid playing at Celtic at 16. He's 23. See, he's going to be 24 next June. He just turned 23. So he's going to be good experience. Like, that's good. That's what we need. We need some experience. We need someone who's, had, not he's the next come up. He needs time, blah, blah. We need someone to come in, bring us imminent effect. I think he can do that next summer, 100%. And this summer, it was a bit rushed. I think this summer, I was fine for not going for him because the 150 million, way too much. So I was fine with us not getting for him. Next summer, Papa, 80 million contract on the offer. See if he'll take him. But we need consistent midfielders now, 100%. We need midfielders who can, play on the pitch. As I said, if Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho were never injured and they're still fit, they would be fantastic midfielders. Like we wouldn't even need to go for big midfielders. But obviously, that's not what happens. That's not what happens with football. The older you get, the more injury you get, and reality hits you. And we've got aging midfielders who are consistently rubbish. We haven't had a consistent midfielder. Kovacic was supposed to be that guy, but under Tuchel, he just kept getting injured. Even Jorginho is still that guy, but he doesn't get injured. It's just that he physically cannot be in the Premier League anymore. The guy's playing on painkillers, so be able to Chelsea OG, good to see you in the house. The other baller, but a bit overpriced. I think this summer, 100%. I mean, I wouldn't. As I said, I wouldn't. I didn't mind us not going for Liao because I knew his evaluation was not 120 mil. But I would reconsider it next summer if we can go and take our time with it. Um, we rush every summer. Yeah, I know. We always do. We always do this. Like again, like we get, like even this summer, like Aubameyang on the last day for final 2 days before. Like that's what we need director of football. But Todd Bowie decided to sack a manager before getting a director of football. That's my owner right there. Well, as I said, the only player I will take at Brighton is Sanchez. Like people, as I said, people say Trossard. No one, as I said, no one even spoke about Trossard until we saw him playing left wing back because he's a left winger. McAllister, people are saying McAllister's only people are saying that is because Graham Potter's here, right? People will call him the next Ramos. People call him Messi/Ramos last summer because he looked like Messi and Ramos. Like the only player I would take right now if he comes up to me, top and goes, Matt, you can pick any Brighton player. Who are you gonna pick? I say Sanchez. Any day. That's a player we need. Player that's good. If Basuma was still there, I'll take Basuma. But they pretty much have Cucurella, Basuma, and what's his name? Sanchez are the three best players. Lamptey's there, but Lamptey's injury prone now. We need to get it. I was saying obviously if you saw that the way that Chelsea kind of gave Graham Potter, they kind of gave him the head coach role now. They didn't say our new manager. They said our new head coach, and he was referred. I'm happy to be the new head coach, right? So I think they're changing the roles. Again, Tuchel didn't want the role picking the director of football, and I said that's fair enough. As an employee, do you pick your supervisor? No, that's the other way around. So why did Tuchel need to have the right to pick it? He had the opportunity, he declined it. Why Todd Bowie kept pushing him to do it? It's not his job. It's Bowie's job. Again, it's just Bowie didn't know what Bowie doesn't know what he's doing. And I made that statement a couple months ago, but I kind of got. I was kind of like maybe he is, and I started to back Bowie. I think Bowie was doing great, and I said I was backing Bowie. I think he was doing great. Backing the manager. We assumed this was manager signings. As I said, we couldn't fix everything, but everything Bowie said was just like turned around when Tuchel got sacked. He backed the manager, but apparently it's not his players. He wanted Bowie wanted Ronaldo, Tuchel didn't, but Bowie didn't end up getting Ronaldo. Like if Bowie wanted Ronaldo, if that was a problem, Bowie should have signed Ronaldo and then sacked Tuchel, if that was the case. But he didn't. So Bowie, as I said, Bowie, I think it's made it clear to me right now. Bowie had no clue what he was doing. He was just fucking sitting on the side. I said, Bowie's a disgrace, right? Bowie had a plan. He has a plan. That's great, right? But the plan should have been done before the transfer window started. The plan should have been done as soon as you stepped in office, not 3 months down the line. Doesn't make sense to me. I said Aubameyang was a Tuchel signing. 100% a Tuchel signing. But they apparently wanted to sack Tuchel back at the Arsenal game. So why do they keep pursuing for Aubameyang? Doesn't make sense. This Gen/summer will show us a lot about what our back room is all about. I mean, hopefully we get a director of football. I think we're looking at the Monaco guy. I think. But that's what's been reported. I'm not too sure what's happening there. What are your top signings Chelsea would like to sign ASAP? In January, I think Alvarez, top's definitely a good signing I would get. I'll go to AC Milan and I'll get Michigan. What's that guy's name? The AC Milan guy. I don't know. You guys know me. I don't know how to pronounce names. Whatever his name is, I'll go get him for sure. And I think that's it. I don't think January people will come and sit here. They go, oh, I'll go buy this guy, this guy, this guy. No. You can't do that in January. January is a window where Bowie is claiming to give Graham Potter the window. Let's see how much he does. From a realistic standpoint, I'll say go get Alvarez, go get Sanchez. But this could change in 2 months, depending on what our new signings do, depending on what our players do. If Mickey Mount can somehow find to kick a ball, then we might not need to replace him. But we'll see what happens. I don't know what Todd is. Todd is a clueless man. Todd is absolutely clueless. I think it's a bit late to re-sign Drinkwater and recall Bakayoko. I think it's a bit late. I mean, knowing Bowie would go, oh, let's, Potter, you want Graham, Drinkwater? Yeah, let's go get him, dog. I love Toby and Tuchel disrespected the guy. See, again, you're just falling in that trap. You're just falling in the tribalism trap. Tom Bowie, came in, as I said, Tom Bowie, he is a lost cause. He's a flip-flop. He's a disgrace, right? I'll still back him. I'll still back Todd Bowie. But if Todd Bowie rings me up right now, and I'll go, Todd, you're a flip flop, you're a disgrace, but I'll give you my full support, and I'll hang up the phone. Because, as I said, if he wanted Tuchel sacked, right, he should have sacked him as soon as he walked through that door. If he wanted Ronaldo, he should have got Ronaldo sacked Tuchel. If he wanted Tuchel sacked, why did he go and spend 300 million on those players? As I said, and it doesn't come down to Todd Bowie, it comes down to Azpilicueta. If Tuchel lost the dressing room, I've been saying this for weeks. If Tuchel lost the dressing room, right, as it was claimed to be, now it's been clear. The way that the dressing room is lost is from the transition from the speeches from the manager to the players, and the man in the middle from the player and the manager that translates is the captain. The manager would say this. The manager would say 1, 2, 3, and the captain would say the manager said 1, 2, 3. You do it, right? But our captain had other plans. Our manager said 1, 2, 3, and our captain said 4, 5, 6. Right? Todd Bowie and Azpilicueta had a meeting about Thomas Tuchel. Azpilicueta said he was not ideal. Sums it up. Azpilicueta got our manager sacked, our former manager sacked. And I'm going to sit here and I'm not going to blame Azpilicueta, but I'm going to hold him accountable for it. See, he was the reason. And we mustn't forget that Tuchel wanted to keep Azpilicueta and not sell him because he liked the player, which was dumb. Should have got rid of Azpilicueta if it was for 20 cents. Bring him down to Australia. Bring him to the Metro League. We'll take him for 50 cents. But no, Tuchel respected him. He kept him. And what did Azpilicueta do? Turned his back on him. That's why, again, the Arsenal game, Thomas Tuchel called out the players. He said the players are not ready for the season. And I think he saw it coming. I think he saw his tackling coming. Because what he meant by the players are not ready, he was absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And it shows it right now. We have the Chelsea database. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're well. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on Graham Potter. Good to see you in the house. Potter is a smooth talker. Let's see if he's a big worker. I said, for me, what he spoke about last night did not convince me, did not change me, did not move me, did not get me excited. But I'm not going to judge him until he shows me those results. I don't care what he has to say behind the pitch. What he should show me is translating to scores and what he shows me on that pitch. I said, I'm going to back him. I hope this guy can win us the Premier League. I hope this guy can win us the Champions League this season. I hope this guy can be our next to Alex Ferguson. But for me, what he said on the media reports yesterday was not changing, was not moving. It sounded like a primary school teacher trying to talk to their students. No one's listening. I'm not listening to this rubbish. Who are you? It's just downgraded. We've been used to a manager who would say what comes to his mind. A manager who would, as people say, as Cassine would say, he's a bad boy. For me, Thomas Tuchel was a bad boy. You say what he wants, says the truth, it's honest, right? Says it how it is. You remember he said he wants to build a team. He wants to build a team that other teams don't want to verse, right? Massive statement. Fortunately, never got to do it. But with the violence, as Abramovich and Todd and Co have different work styles, I understand Todd Bowie has a plan. I said, I'm all for his plan. I'm going to back his plan. But initiating the plan did not make sense. And I said those statements just before. We need to replace our midfield, but let's be honest, our midfielders have been poor. They've been assisting and scoring. Because again, our system did not, correlate to them having to score and assist the goals. Right? Like our creativity came from our wingbacks. I've always said our creativity needs working, but it wasn't the main fixing. Our finishing was, And I don't know. As I said, I don't know what happens with Aubameyang now. I don't know if he even succeeds under Potter because it was a two. Zakaria and Aubameyang were two Tuchel players. Zakaria is a Marquinhos, right? Aubameyang is a Aubameyang. I hope Potter can get the best out of him because I said Zakaria, very very important player for us this season. Very very important. We got declared. We got to declare in the house. Let's get those like buttons up. 34 of you in here. Let's get these likes up now. Just joined. Are you teaching the kids to count? I was making sure. Everyone knows how to count to three. Guys, everyone knows how to count three. That's good. Plus, it's also a political move from the new owners. They want their own people from the start. And I said, that's fair. That's fine enough. If you have a plan, do your plan. But don't sack a manager after 6 games. If you're going to sack a manager, sack him in January where there was more options after the World Cup, or sack him before he walks through that door. I said, if Bowie had a plan, right, he would have had this plan before he even, walked in the door for Chelsea, right? Should have walked in, saw Tuchel and goes, bye-bye, you're sacked. That would have been fair enough because he would have been building a team around him against Top Bowie. And guys, what does Top Bowie know about football as well, right? What does Top Bowie know about football? I've said the guy knows how to do business. Right? I said sacking Marina and check, fantastic. He knows how to get business done. That's Top Bowie. But the guy doesn't know anything about football. If I said sell this pen, Bowie, he'll sell this pen for me. But if I said Bowie, who's a better player, Ronaldo or Danny Drinkwater, he wouldn't know. Because the guy does not know football. Big up to Liam Lane. Good to see you here. Big up to Data Raj, who says TT, Jose, etc. Time managers are different crops. 100%. I think obviously the Jose Mourinho, that was a different story. Again, people trying to compare this sacking to Frank Lampard's sacking. It's absolutely irrelevant. Absolutely, do not compare. I do not want to hear people comparing Thomas Tuchel sacking to Frank Lampard's, and people coming out, oh, but you wanted Frank Lampard sacked. Blah blah blah. Did Frank Lampard win any trophies? Frank Lampard had his players for a year and a half. He did not do anything with them. Like Thomas Tuchel transformed your players that you wanted. Like, fucking people were trying to get Fat Frank involved, bro. I'm sick of that guy. He's still haunting us, even though he's not even here. Can you tell me what? Yeah, we'll do the lineup in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned for that. We'll put the lineup there. I'm going to start that question so I can remember. Yes, like stack before when they close it. Exactly. If you want Ronaldo, I said, I will take Ronaldo, but if the manager doesn't want him, the manager doesn't want him. And the manager didn't want him because he said he didn't want him to ruin the dressing room, right? Because he said there was already problems. So he already knew, right? I said Ronaldo wouldn't do that. But that's my thought. I said, whatever the manager wants, I'll give the manager what I want because I trust Thomas Tuchel, right? But Bowie, if he goes, I want Cristiano Ronaldo, he should have sacked Tuchel, bring Ronaldo in. But he didn't. It doesn't make sense. It should, and I'll get into that in a second. Look at hindsight, it was a good move. After all, we essentially have 2-3 weeks with the new coach as well. I mean, we could have been going into our next game with Thomas Tuchel. Like, it doesn't make a difference. I don't, in fact, expect much from him, but if he can make us play with bravery like Orista, that Swedish club, Brighton, I'll be okay. Again, I'm all for him. He has great methods, he has great concepts, he plays great football, but does he get results? That's my question. He doesn't have a CV to back it. Brighton, they've always been a mid-table club, but they play better football under him. Okay, let's see if he can get the results, because I'm telling you, this guy, I'm sorry, if I said, Graham Potter reads me right now, and he goes, Graham Potter says, Matt, should I join Chelsea? I say no, because you're going to get sacked next August. Next September. After you spend more money, you get sacked. This guy is not going to stay. He's not going to stay. When will Chelsea ever learn? Potter don't win, he has to be sacked. Again, like what happens now? What if we don't make top 4? What if we get knocked out of the group stages? Like, what happens then? We should have kept Tuchel for the rest of the season and then start again. As I said, you cannot start again. You cannot finish the game. Oh, fucking hell. I'm saying, what did I say? I forgot what I said. I was saying, oh yeah, you cannot restart the game if you've nearly finished the game. There's no point. Finish the game, see if you can win the game, and then we'll go from there. If we lose the game, fine. We restart from the start. But we shouldn't be restarting the game when we're nearly at the finish line. Now, that's my problem with the Tuchel sacking. We need a bad boy manager and officially when unsacking Tuchel was a poor decision. I'm going to consistent by that. I would still take Tuchel back right now. But obviously it's too late. As I said, I'm going to back Graham Potter, but I don't think Graham Potter's that man. What if he doesn't want him? What happens then? Do we sack Potter now? Like, doesn't make sense. Ronaldo would have come. 100% he would have come. CR7 bullet dodge. Potter has to use magic if we get Ronaldo. Maybe. I mean, maybe we'll go Bammy. I'm not sure. That's why it's a good move from the board to execute their plan. That's my thing. If you're gonna execute your plan, you either execute your plan when we finish the game, or you execute you execute it before we start the game, not in the middle. Not when we're halfway there. We've already started. We don't do that. Either when we finish the game, before we start the game. Before we start the game was back in May or June when they walked through that door, or the end of the game next May, not when we're fucking halfway through the game. We'll see. I hope he is the right man. I hope we come back to this and this guy's winning us Premier League. I hope this guy is the man because I'm sick of stacking managers. I'm sick of it. Right? Tuchel was that man for us to be having consistent amount of time to give us consistent, titles. This season, we all knew we were going to take L's this season. We all knew that. But how do you know? Big up to the limit. How do you know the owners want to Ronaldo journalists put things again? These questions. I don't make the news. I just report it. There was high sources coming in. What if my nana has 4 legs right now, but I'm claiming she has 2? I don't know. I'm just reporting what people say, right? We can have this question. How do we know Tuchel got sacked? How do we even know Tuchel's a real person? How do we even know Tom Bowie's American? He might be Cuban, for all we know. Again, journalists put things on Twitter and we run with it because that's our source. I know it might not be true, but I'm here reporting the news. I'm not making it. I'm not a journalist. I'm just reporting what multiple journalists have said. They can be true, they could be not. Todd Bowie could be lying to us, and the guy could be Cuban, right? Unfortunately, we live in this world, but we don't know what's real or not. We have to kind of think for ourselves. I've always said this. I said people who say these things don't think for themselves, right? You got to think what's right, what's wrong, right? And for me, I'm saying I'm just reporting it. Journalists said that Todd Bowie wanted Cristiano Ronaldo. Thomas Tuchel did not. That's when the altercation started. Fabrizio said it. Matt Law said it. I'm running with it, right? If you have other sources, bring them out to me. If you're a source, bring it out. But I'm just reporting what other people said because we cannot just make up news if other people have reported it. You can have your claims, but you should make evidence with it. You can't just say, "How do we know the owners?" I don't know. I'm just reporting what people are saying. Keep him, it would have only got worse. That's the thing. That's why it's the players' problem. I've said this. I said it again, Liam. The players let him down. The players let him down. And what stops them from letting down this manager as well? That's my point. What stops them from letting down Graham Potter right now? I've said this. The way the dressing room is lost is from the transaction from your manager to your players. And the man in the middle is your captain. What stops our captain from not transitioning the right words? And that goes back to my numbers declared. Goes back to my numbers where I said Thomas Tuchel, the way he transitions his words to the players is the man in the middle from the captain. As I said, if the manager says 1, 2, 3, the captain has to say the manager said 1, 2, 3. But what Aspilicueta was doing was saying the manager said 4, 5, 6. Right? He wasn't transcribing what Thomas Tuchel wanted, and that inherently lost the dressing room because it comes down to your captain. That's it. Every single player was at fault for this. And as I said, what stops them from doing this to Graham Potter, a guy who does not deserve any of that? I said it's the players' fault. I'm sick of tired of these players. These players have this. There are some player powers. It starts with Aspilicueta somehow getting 2 years of contract. It should start. This again. This is a conspiracy theory where it should start with when Aspilicueta somehow stayed, received 2 years, received a high wage. That should have started some player power there. 100%. But what stops? As I said, what stops the players from doing it to Graham Potter as well? He isn't win. But he will focus on the team first. Potter gets 2 seasons. Again, I won't mind that. I won't mind that whatsoever. Right? As I said, the personnel for me was big. Right? Who we had managing this team was big, and I said, I want to do this, right? But why didn't we just do that with Tuchel? Why didn't we give Tuchel this whole season? Right? If we didn't win anything big, we didn't achieve anything, because we could have had a discussion on stacking him. But for me, Potter gets this whole season. Like he's here to build a team. and then we'll see what happens. But let's hope the ownership transcribes what you're saying, Declan. We have to Ankit. We got to Ankit. Hope you're well. I want to know your thoughts and feelings and everything as well. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, as I said, his statements to me was not convincing. His statements to me was not exciting. But I'm only going to judge him on his results. I clearly said that. As I said, I'm going to back this guy to the end. But I'm just going to, say it as it is. Like what I think. I'm going to back this guy. If this guy rings me right now, I'm going to back him and go, top Graham Potter, I back you, blah, 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 blah. But I'll tell you, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. You're under this ownership. Under these stupid players. Well, I've never disliked a more players than this. Like back in 2014, 2015 season, or I think it ended. I'll say after Sarri. Even Sarri was just like, nah. As soon as Hazard left, it's just stopped. I've just never felt so disconnected from a team before. I've never felt so disconnected. Like I feel more of a connection looking at something like AC Milan, a team that I don't even like, or Barcelona, a team I used to watch like 10 years ago. I just have no connection with this team. I don't want to back any of these players because none of these players deserve to be backed. There's like obviously there's an exception. There's probably 4 or 5 of them. I can see and I go, these players want to play for this club. I've named them. And I said Diego Silva, Jorginho. People come at me for this, but I said Kepa Arrizabalaga are probably players who want to play for this club. Kovacic as well. 4 players who want to play for this club, who will give it all. I'm not talking about the new transfers from people from the last season. The rest, I don't think want to be here. Mason Mount can go back to his fucking Mickey Mouse clubhouse because that guy is absolutely horrendous, right? Our captain, I was warning you guys when I said Aspilicueta's not a captain. I was warning you guys, right? When it comes on his story, thank you, Gaffer. 3 words as a captain. 3 words as a captain. The guy said more about the Queen when the guy's fucking Spanish than did about our own manager. He's disgusting, Aspilicueta. I'm sorry. He's a legend as a player, but as a captain, he is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And I'm gonna say it as it is. It would take time for me to forget to Chabot, to be honest, but I got about 100%. Like we got to back it. I've said again. If Graham Potter rang me right now, I'll go, Graham Potter, got my full support. I'm gonna back you to the end. Blah 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 blah. But I don't think it happens. That's the thing. I don't think it happens. That's my prediction. But as I said, the results will speak for themselves. We'll see. Sorry, 100%. Sorry was definitely a good manager. Like I said, but sorry, I was sorry ball. I was sorry ball over Frank Ball winning the other week. But the guy didn't want to be here. The guy chose to left. I mean, we didn't have a good relationship when he left. It's so funny how we are all complaining about how we played and someone on Tuchel gone. Now we're complaining again. I mean, I never want Tuchel gone. The only people who want Tuchel gone are reactionary fan base. Obviously, there was some, like who want him gone for actual reasons, but people just wanted him out because the guy lost 2 games, or because the guy was angry that our team was not succeeding. They were angry because he had passion for the club. Not more than Tuchel ever did for this club. Don't sweat. I'm sorry. I'm going to disrespect Aspilicueta. I said it. The last 2 seasons, Aspilicueta has not been that man, and it started right. I said August. Thank God the guy's leaving. Right. Thank God the guy's a legend in my books. He goes to the best right back for Chelsea Football Club ever. Right. But he's past it. Somehow Tuchel respected Aspilicueta. Tuchel respected him. He goes, I'm not going to sell to a club, Barcelona, who doesn't respect our captain. That's what he said. That's what in his own words. You can look it up. He said in his own words, respect Aspilicueta. I'm not going to sell him to a club that don't respect him. So he kept him, right? And similarly, he got a contract extension plus 2 years, right? And then in hindsight, Aspilicueta loses the dressing room, right? As I said, the reasons I explained was before. Lost the dressing room, right? Because Aspilicueta's a part of Aspilicueta's fault. Then goes on a dinner with Todd Bowley and says the dressing room's not ideal and blames the manager when it's his fault. So I'm not going to sweat a captain who got one of our managers sacked, right? Like if it was a player, like I said, players, 10 of those other players Every single player on that pitch got Thomas Tuchel sacked, but our captain was the main reason for it because he's responsible for the back of the back of the house stuff. Of course, you can't get rid of it. I'm not saying you get rid of every single player, but I'm going to hold them accountable. I'm going to hold them accountable. I said, if Azpilicueta rings me right now, I'm going to say, Azpilicueta, you got our manager sacked, right? You're a legend of this club, but you're a disgrace as a captain, right? But good luck for the season. I'm going to hang up, right? Because we have to say it as it is. You guys are going to sugarcoat it. You guys are going to protect him. You guys are going to do this. You're going to do that. Guys, look at his Instagram. Is it like I said? I don't care about social media. Like you don't need to say thank you, blah blah blah. But social media is the way you translate your emotions and thoughts to the fans, right? 3 words, thank you, Gaffer, from Aspilicueta is not enough. The guy said more about the Queen than did to his own manager. Kai Havertz said more about his dog than did to his own manager. That's just embarrassing. Santiago says Tuchel was not set because Todd didn't bring in, but Tuchel had lost trust of the players. No, it wasn't trust. It wasn't trust. It was he lost the connection, right? And as I said, that comes down to your captain. And I think when he came out of the dressing room before the players did at Zagreb, it was foreshadowing his sacking. Yeah, Aspie such like people wanted to get rid of Alonso, right? Which were Alonso, but we still kept Aspie. People were celebrating. I'm like, get this guy out of here, man! Before again, he's causing more harm than good. Him staying, he should have left on a good note, but he didn't. He is a legend. He's the best right back at Chelsea Football Club, but he is not good now, and he got a manager sacked. If Potter is left to coach, I think he will do so well as the players back his ideas. Isn't that bad that the players control everything? It is quite bad that I guess the players are on that pitch. It is, but when a manager comes in, obviously wins us a Champions League with players he doesn't want, and he gains trust that he says, oh like Broja, I want you to stay. Pulisic, he stayed. These players stayed, right? I think personally, I think Pulisic stayed because I think Bowie went up to him and goes, Christian, we're gonna get a new manager for you. That's why I think Pulisic stayed. Ziyech stayed because Ajax didn't want him, right? Werner left, thankfully. Adoi left, thankfully. Havertz thought, I'll give it one more shot. But Pulisic did not leave because he knew Thomas was going to get sacked, right? So having control of the players is horrendous. You don't give full control to your employees. No, because then they'll you just steal the money from the cash. You are running on my phone, blah blah blah. That's why you have managers, that's why you have supervisors, right? I've always said it goes Chelsea Football Club, the manager, then the players. But as I said, you always put the club first. I mean, we have to move on from this. But I'm just going to reiterate what's happened. Told Satu shall not Aspilicueta. Don't spread some Twitter agenda. Again, but it's just logic. Use logic. As I said, people can't think about this because they haven't played football. But for me, I haven't. This is from my personal experience. It's an analogy. And that's how I'm translating it to professional football. It might not be the same. But that's how I see it. The way the dressing room gets translated from the manager to the players is the man in the middle is your captain. Behind the scenes, there was definitely toxicity undermining from both sides. We just got to move forward. Hopefully, Potter can bring these snakes together in the dressing room. And that's my thing. I hope he can. But my point is right now is that I don't want these same players to do the same thing to this bloke. I don't want it. I don't want the same players doing the same shit to this manager. That's why I'm pissed at Aspilicueta. I'm pissed for one reason because he's done it to our previous manager, and I'm also pissed because he has the control and he has the confidence to also do it to this manager if he doesn't like it. Don't like it when Aspie is disrespect, but the young man has a point. I mean, as I said, you take it as you will. You can either live in your bubble, you can live in the matrix, you can be brainwashed, right? Or you can just say it as it is, right? Don't sugarcoat these players. You guys say no players bigger than the club. So we have to hold these players accountable. Well, let's get to the RB Live Salzburg lineup because I gotta go soon. And I'm feeling a bit sick today as well. I'm feeling fucking sick for the rest of the week. Busy. Guys, get these likes up now. Dave can leave for like as I said, if Aspilicueta rings me, I'm gonna go, Aspilicueta, can you leave, please? Like I said, he's causing more harm to good in this club, and he should have left in August. Who? All right, let's go. Abin, big up to Abin. Says who starts? Kepa Mendy, guys. All right, let me just check that poll. Let me see how the poll's doing. What's that poll quickly, guys? Let's get these likes up as well. We're gonna be at it in 10 minutes. So I want everyone smashing those like buttons right now. Right now. Serious right now. Will Potter get his first win? 88% says yes, 12% says no. Hopefully, he gets that first win. All right, in goals, easily. Adi. Balaga. In goal to me, easy. In the, this guy's obviously deserves the spot. And I think one positive we can look at Graham Potter is he will get the best out of Kepa Balaga because Kepa is a player who can kick the ball better than Edouard Mendy. And I think everyone can agree with that. So, who says Graham Potter does not succeed him? I think he can. On the right, as I said, I'm never putting Aspilicueta in my lineups ever again. So for me, Fofana, Silva. I don't want a captain who will ruin the managers, So he's not getting in my thing. They cancelled 1,000 hospital appointments. What's a football match to them? Who? Not too sure what that means. Kepa is so bad though. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it is. I said I don't. Aspilicueta is absolutely useless. There's no point in having this in this. He should have left on the good note. He is a legend in our books. He goes as the best right back at Chelsea Football Club. It's no doubt about it. He was one of my favourite players back in 17, 18 when he was just so underrated, right? When we finally realised how underrated he was, right? But he should have left for the better of the team. The best of the team, the best thing for him to do was to leave. The best thing to do. If he was here right now, I'll shake his hand. Sasuke, you've done more good than harm in your whole career at Chelsea, but recently you've done a lot of harm than good. And to end it on a good note, you should have left in August. But no. I want to get more fucking money. And then sack the manager. Koulibaly back. Far out. Who are we gonna go midfield? Yeah, it's gonna be gone for a whole 10 days or something. Oh, man. Thank God it's not down here. Maybe it has, I don't even know. But double pivot. Bro, I don't even know doing this double pivot, man. This is stressing me out. Fuck, Jorginho. Is Carver even ready? I don't even know. I think Carver. I'm gonna put Carver. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Zakaria in. I don't care. I would rest Jorginho, play him. What's his name? Wow. He's good in FIFA. He must be good in real life, yeah? James on the right. Cucurella. I hope that means we can use Cucurella as a left centre back more than Pop Chilwell as a left wing back more. Because that's what I want to see a lot more often. Because if we say Thiago Silva's out, I'll rather play Cucurella here than Chilwell there. I'm gonna start Abba up front. Start Sterling. I'm gonna start Pulisic. This is my lineup. Pulisic. Hope Mendy can get back his form back as of now. The man's looking like a one-season wonder. Also, thank you, brother, for not sugarcoating anything. Be up to you, Zuba. Be up to you, mate. Always good to see you in here. Always good support. Good to have in the chat, guys. As I said, we say it as it is. We don't sugarcoat these things. I think a lot of fans, try to be politically correct. You look at I'm not gonna name any podcasts, but you look at the top people, and they just try to sugarcoat everything. Thomas Tuchel, fantastic manager, blah blah blah. I know he didn't deserve to be sacked, but it's the football club. Nothing happened behind. You gotta be honest, guys. You gotta be honest. You can either be CNN, sugarcoat your news, fake your news, or you just keep it as it is. You got to keep it as it is, and I'm gonna say it that players are the reason why Thomas Tuchel's not at this club. But we move on, right? But my thing is going forward. What says these players cannot do it to our new manager? And that's my concern. I said I've not had a connection with these players whatsoever. I've never had less of a connection with these players ever. Since I think as soon as Hazard left, we just lost the sense of connect. Like, first it was when Terry left. Then when Terry left, it was like slowly fading. Then when Hazard left, just faded out. Just faded out. Then we saw Kante get old. You know, we saw Aspie get old. You know, we saw James. You know, Rich James come out, but we saw Mickey Mouse flop. You know, we just too much happening. Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to say that. I definitely want to say that because I would rather use, Koulibaly in the middle, Cucurella here, and then Shuol there, rather than having Chalobah or something. Because I would rather Cucurella here, and I think it's much better. Yeah, somewhat. I mean, now we have to change our money because of her. We have to change our money. We have to change $5 note and $2 coin. Mendy ain't playing. Oh, this picture, Chishalaban. Oh my god. At least Chishalaban is correct. Kepa and Mendy, guys. Kepa, 100%. You know, definitely in, guys. Because I do not want. I said I think Graham Potter will get the best out of Kepa than he will of Mendy, because Kepa mirrors. Now obviously people say, "Oh, I got cooked, Lewis. You're what idiot you are, Lewis. Oh, cooked." But for people, guys, I'll bring this tweet up, guys. I'm gonna bring it up, guys. I'm gonna bring it up. Where I said, this is why I think Graham Potter will get the best out of Kepa Arrizabalaga because of these reasons. Now, guys, let's get these likes up as well. I don't know why we're only on 22 likes with 40 people in here, guys. Come on. You're serious right now, bro. Serious right now, bro. This is what I said. So this is an example of why Graham Potter will use Kepa more over Mendy. So the obvious reason here is Mendy can not kick a ball, whilst Kepa can, but it comes down to a bit more. Kepa's confidence on and off the ball mirrors a similar style to Ryan and Sanchez, Matty Ryan and Sanchez, where you see Ryan here has the confidence to come out and play with the feet come out of the box and play with his feet. Then I added that recent pictures of Kepa against Zagreb clearly indicates Kepa's ability to have the confidence to receive the ball high up the pitch. Someone showed me a picture recently of Mendy doing that with success. Potter likes this as it allows constant possession in the opponent's half, meaning the centre backs do not need to drop deep. You look at this here. Look at his centre backs. Look how high his centre backs are. Right? Drags more people here. Look, drags more. Smashes it out to space. It's constant pressure in the opponent's half. Playing your keeper, playing it back to your keeper. Constant pressure in the attacking mindset, while also not needing to use a centre backs more. Because look, you have your last man here. Fucking if I could do this. Because right now, see how as soon as he gets the ball, the centre backs drag out wide. So you see Cristiano Ronaldo and Cavani pushing up. Look, two players here, high up. And look what all the Brighton players are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Constant pressure in the opponent's half means consistent attacking threats, means consistent types of chances that we need. That's why I think Graham Potter will use Kepa more, because it allows Kepa to come and be more part of the play. Graham Potter likes to use a keeper as the 11th player on the pitch. He doesn't like to separate them, right? Doesn't like to keep them over a different style play. He wants to use them as another player. He wants to use them as another player on that pitch. Why would they use a keeper who can't kick a ball? That's my thing. Yeah, it was his cover fit. Yeah, he was in training today. I assume so. When Chelsea get back to consistency, Mount will be there proving the Hayes. I hope he does. I hope Graham Potter gets the best out of Mount. Hope he does. And then I'm waiting for Kai Havertz to drop him. I'm waiting for Kai Havertz to drop a disaster class, mate. I'm waiting for it. I've got that tweet bar ready. Kai Havertz, bro. Doesn't look like Kai Havertz. I'm like, is that Kai Havertz? I'm waiting for Kai Havertz to drop a disaster class, guys. I'm waiting for it. I hope he doesn't, though. Potter was brought in to feed the egos and keep everyone happy with decent tactics. I do rate him, but there's no way he's a better manager. Tuchel, well, honestly, I don't care. We just need wins. 100%. I think, as I said, if we were going to sack Tuchel, we should have sacked him before the game started or when we finished the game, not during the game. Right? If you get that analogy, you get it. If you don't, you're stupid. But Potter, he's here. We're going to move with him. Let's hope he gets the best success. I mean, he needs our full support. We are going to give him the full support. This is the lineup for tomorrow's game, guys. going to be back here, guys, on Thursday. So after the game, 10 a.m. UK time, Thursday. But Kayla Havertz, oh my god, hi sister, James Charles, aka Kai Havertz, aka whoever that was there. But yeah, no, again, Havertz, Mount need to step up. I'm hoping Potter can get the best out of them. But guys, that's it for today's stream. We're gonna wrap it up as I just hit the hour mark. Thursday, 10 a.m. UK. I'll be back, guys. Let's get these likes up, smash it up. I'm gonna read the final comments. Again, what if he doesn't? I asked my question. What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't? What if he doesn't? But guys, make sure we've got 40 people in here. How many lives we on, guys? Only on 20 guys. We got 40 people in here and 23 likes. Let's get the 30 likes, guys. Come on, you guys. We have to play, guys. Are you guys serious right now, bro?
Bro, are you serious right now, bro?
Come on, guys, get these lights up. But no, man, I gotta go out now. I am so tired, man. I wish I could go to sleep now. Bedtime, fucking. I wish. Do you think this break might fix some of the things? Liverpool, this was the best opportunity for us to take advantage of their perform. 100%. We should be playing this game. I don't want to play Liverpool twice next year after World Cup, and then we're gonna play City as well. Like, too much, man. Guess there's lots of guys. Hope it's a good game. Hopefully it is. I'm gonna say my prediction. I'm gonna say 1-0. I think it's a 1-0. I think it's a good Graham Potter to win. I'll say Pulisic goal. I think Pulisic will get the best. I think we'll get back in form. Hopefully he can. Potter is better than Tuchel when it comes to managing players' egos. Tuchel is just. I think if you saw that clip of him at Mainz, it's just that he keeps it honest with his players. Like, if he's shit, he'll say, "Yeah, mate, you're shit." Like, Potter will kind of sugarcoat it a bit, But that's the difference. We'll see what he can do. Hopefully, he can control the egos. Because as I said, it's looking like we got some player confidence, whatever it is you call it here. But I'll be back, guys, Thursday, 10 a.m. Let's get these likes up right now. I'll see you guys then, guys. Take care, everyone. Big up to everyone in the chat. Limitless, Chelsea G, Abenhav, Declared, Ray, Odds, Zubia, Fraser, Tushalaban. Oh my days. Big up all. See you next time. Take care.